for us.
All right, I'd also like to rope in Mr. Gautam Mukherjee into this discussion as far as the economic aspect of the ties are concerned. Trump has spoken a lot about tariffs. He's highlighted imposing reciprocal tariffs. And in fact, during the bilateral meet itself, Trump has stated that India is one of the countries that imposes the highest rates on tariffs on goods from the United States of America. In fact, India imposes a 17% simple average tariff on countries with most favored nation status, and compared to the United States of America, the latter just levies around 3.3%. And US, of course, enjoys an MFN status with most economies. So, Trump earlier, of course, tried to impose 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico, but eventually they reached an agreement. Even with China, he tried to, in fact, increase tariffs by 10%. But where do you see India standing as far as Trump's tariff war is concerned and the ramifications on the Indian economy?
Well, I think India has already indicated a willingness to lower tariffs, import more American goods, and we are also moving towards a trade agreement, a free trade agreement, or at least a limited trade agreement in which both sides benefit. That has been datelined for later on this very year, 25. So things are proceeding nicely. There is no policy reluctance to erect barriers against American products, and the trade deficit as it stands is really quite small. $45 billion is not a lot. Taking in American oil and gas will also give us leverage. We are forever growing our quantity of oil and gas that we need from all over the world. We deal with the West Asian countries, of course, the OPEC countries, Russia, Venezuela, further afield in South America. We buy oil and gas from everywhere, Qatar. So to buy principally from America, where we are already importing about $15 billion worth, is a win-win for both sides. America has a lot of oil and gas that is lying untapped, which is where the Drill Baby Drill program is now going to be implemented. This will give America a lot of surplus oil and gas that they wish to sell all over the world, and clip the wings of those who are protectionist, who raise prices, refuse to lower them, etc. So that is one. As far as nuclear power goes, again, in the broader scheme of things alongside tariffs, we ourselves are making small nuclear power plants, and we intend to make about 50 of them in the near future over the next few years. America and Russia have not been able to. Russia has supplied 2 plants. America hasn't supplied any ever since the nuclear power deal was entered into in the Manmohan Singh era, mainly because we had a clause that said that they would be liable for any accidents. This has now been removed. The liability is with the operator and not with the supplier. And as a consequence, nuclear power, which is in the renewable power sector in a sense, will reduce our requirement for fossil fuels as the time goes on, alongside solar, wind, etc. So nuclear is also something that was heavily emphasized during Mr. Modi's visit to France, and newer technologies such as fusion technology may lead to and a joint cooperation with them on this. France is one of the leading nuclear nations for generation of electricity, could go a long way to reduce our dependence of fossil fuel on everything, because our requirement will keep on growing. But if we can meet some of it from other sources, it will certainly help. Now, all of this, of course, is very good for America because they'll be selling us expensive equipment along with defense equipment. The deficit will disappear. The $500 billion target is not very far away and I think can be achieved.
Indeed, I'd also like to draw our attention to another very crucial aspect of the meeting that has taken